If you're a first-time home buyer, you probably have a lot of questions. My name is Laura Lohman, and I hope to answer those questions for you. The first question might be, is this a good time to buy? After all, values have been coming down, and maybe if you wait a little longer, they'll even come down more. Unfortunately, what happens is, to find and catch the bottom, you're usually looking back and realizing, oh yes, that was the bottom. It is a good time, however, if it's just before, and I do believe that's where we're at right now. I believe we are just before the bottom. So that makes this prime time for purchasing. Now you might wonder, what can I find? What can I afford? Well, there's a lot of bank-owned properties that are still on the market. These are properties that have been foreclosed on. They don't want to hang on to those properties, so the prices are very aggressive. And usually, if they're priced right, there's a lot of interest in the homes and maybe multiple offers. So a key factor for you will be to have your financing in place. There's also short sales. These are properties that are being sold by the owners themselves, but they're in trouble with their loan. If they can get the property sold, it may salvage their credit. These can take a little bit longer, but there can be some very good buys. I had a situation where I had a property where I was actually handling it for the homeowner, and we got an accepted short sale at a very attractive price. Unfortunately, the buyer backed out during the inspection period, and now it is a bank-owned property. And the bank-owned property has it listed higher than what we got approved as a short sale. So you see, there are some good opportunities with those short sales. Now, the other thing that's available to you as a first-time buyer is some very attractive financing. First of all, there's a tax credit, an $8,000 or up to $8,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers, as long as we close by November 30th. Time, of course, is running out. Next, there's a program for certain geographic areas of Tucson that offers zero down financing. Thought that went away, didn't you? Well, there are a few opportunities left, and that's one of them. Of course, it does require that you purchase a home in the areas designated for this loan. But for example, if you're north of Tangerine Road in the Rancho Vistoso Oro Valley area, that's a designated area. If you are in Sahuarita, that's a designated area. And there's a couple of others that are pretty interesting, and we can talk about that later. The next thing to know about is a program that will give you up to 22% down, or 22% for the down payment. This can help you either lower the amount that you're going to be paying on, or help you get a lower payment, or help you buy a property for a little bit higher than you thought you could afford. All of these are available to first-time home buyers. So what is that first step? As I've mentioned before, financing is definitely the key. So you are going to want to find a good lender. That is also very important. I had a client recently come to me who was a first-time home buyer and wanted to purchase a home fresh out of college with no credit. So we went to a lender who said, well, you're going to have to create some credit. You're going to have to establish some. And it's going to take about a year. We went to a different lender, and we were told the same thing. Yes, you do have to establish some credit. However, that person put us in touch with someone to help my client establish some credit. And after only 3 months, my client qualified to purchase a new home. So you see, it's very important to find the right lender. It's also important to find a good realtor to work with, because the realtor is going to help you negotiate when you come to that property that you really like. It could be one of those bank-owned homes, or it could be a short sale, or it could just be a regular homeowner. But either way, you want to have a realtor that can help walk you through every step and know what is allowed or what maybe you can get in your favor when it comes to those bank-owned properties. They all say they're being sold as is. But did you know that it's possible to get concessions out of them? Some money to help pay for your down payment and your closing costs? Did you know that they will do some repairs if the lender requires? This is why it's important to have a good realtor. Now, I may have created more questions in your mind for you, and if that's so, please look to the left of my website, to the left side of my website. There's a Contact Us button there. Complete the information on there as much as you can to tell me about yourself and what you'd like to do, and then I will get back to you and see if I can answer the rest of those questions. I'd be very happy to help you choreograph your first move.